You ever have that feeling like you've got everything you're supposed to want, but something's just off? Like life's gone a little flat? Well, we're about to flip that whole idea on its head. We're going to dive into this really wild concept. What if the secret to a great life isn't about avoiding trouble, but actually running towards it? This is what we're calling the comfort paradox.
And this quote, it just nails it. Comfort is in trouble, and trouble is in comfort. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. It completely messes with how we think about a comfortable life, right? The idea is that chasing ease, chasing a life with no problems, well, that actually creates a much deeper kind of problem inside us. And on the flip side, taking on challenges, that's where you find the real comfort. So to really get this, we've got to look at the problem first, right? Which brings us to our first part, the danger of stagnation. We're going to see how trying to avoid every little difficulty is actually, well, it's totally against our nature. Okay, so think about it like this. We are literally built to grow, to adapt, to solve problems. It's in our DNA. So when we spend all our time trying to dodge challenges, we're basically fighting against ourselves. And what happens? We don't find peace. We find ourselves stuck in what you could call a swamp of dissatisfaction. You know that feeling where nothing's really wrong, but nothing feels right either? That's the swamp. And this really puts it in black and white. Look at the two columns. On one side, you've got the comfort zone. And what's in there? Lethargy, dissatisfaction. And yeah, this word is harsh, but it's important. Rotting. It's this idea of just slowly fading away. But then look at the other side. Outside the comfort zone, that's where you get evolution, development, liveliness. It's not even a contest, is it? It's a choice between decay and life.
And this quote just hits so hard. The biggest trouble that can happen to a person is the trouble of not leaving this comfort zone. See, it flips the script. The real danger isn't failing when you try something new. The real danger, the one that's 100% guaranteed, is the rot that sets in when you never try at all. That paralysis, that's the real trouble.
Okay, so this fear of leaving our cozy little bubble, it shows up in a really specific way in our modern world. And that brings us to our next part, the trap of future anxiety. Basically, it's about how our obsession with being secure can end up being the very thing that traps us.
So what is future anxiety? You know that feeling? That obsessive need to have the next 10, 20 years mapped out perfectly, to eliminate any and all risk? We tell ourselves it's just being smart, being responsible. But what's really going on is we're choosing safe over growth. We're picking the known, boring path instead of the one that could actually lead to something amazing.
And here's a perfect real-world example of this in action. Think about all the pressure on young people to get a safe job, right? Something like a government position. It's all about that future anxiety. Locking in a guaranteed paycheck, a guaranteed pension. But man, the cost can be huge. You might be trading your most creative, energetic years for a sense of safety that actually keeps you from growing at all.
And these comparisons are just brilliant. A fluffy, comfy seat, it actually makes your brain lazy. But a hard couch, it forces you to be alert, to focus. It's the same with our bodies. We think eating the same healthy meal every single day is the way to go, but nope. That can actually stress your system out. Or doing the exact same workout over and over, it can end up damaging you. The real key to strength, in everything, is variety. It's change. It's challenge.
Which leads to this. Well, there's no way to sugarcoat it. The most comfortable place is the grave, but due to the law of entropy, you will rot there. Wow, it's blunt, but it's true. It's this shocking reminder that if you're not actively growing, you are, by definition, decaying. There's no middle ground. All right, so we've established that comfort can be a total trap. So what do we do about it? How do we break out? Well, that's what we're diving into next. Why struggle fuels growth. We're shifting from the problem to the solution and looking at how good stress is actually the secret sauce to a vibrant life. And look, this isn't just some fluffy philosophical idea. This is backed by science. For example, being a little bit hungry, like with fasting, actually tells your body to start repairing itself. Pretty cool, right? Or how about this? Struggling to learn a new language? You're literally building a new brain. Even a bit of stress can be good for you. It fires up your immune system. And solving a hard puzzle, that's like taking your brain to the gym. It gets stronger.
I mean, the best way to think about it is also the simplest. You don't build muscle by sitting on the couch, right? You go to the gym, you lift heavy things. You need that resistance. Well, your brain,
your character, your entire being. It's the exact same deal. No struggle, no strength. Without something to push against, we just get weaker. And that's the bottom line, really. Liveliness is a struggle. That feeling of being truly, vibrantly alive, it comes from the effort. It's the struggle itself that makes life worth living. So, okay, we get it. Liveliness is a struggle. But where do you even begin? I want to make this real for you right now. So for our last section, we're going to try something. Let's talk about pushing past your limits with a little experiment that might just surprise you.
No, for real, I want you to do this with me. Wherever you are right now, just raise your hand as high as you can, all the way up. Okay, you there? Now, I want you to reach just a little bit higher. Come on, find another inch. Nice. Okay, one more time. Dig deep, reach even higher. Push it.
All right, stop for a second and think about what just happened. I asked you to raise your hand as high as you could, but you had more in the tank, didn't you? You went higher the second time and even higher the third time. So what's up with that? Why was there more to give?
Here's the secret. What we think is our maximum, it's almost never our actual limit. It's just the edge of our comfort zone. It's the point where things start to feel a little bit hard. But our real capacity, it's way beyond that. You almost always have more to give. You just have to be willing to go find it.
So, how do we make this a part of our lives? It's all about adopting this mindset of growth. It's about living by these kinds of principles. Like this one, if you cry once, you'll laugh 3 times. It's about resilience. If your 17-story building gets knocked down, you build an 18-story one. And my favorite? If you've fallen down 55 times, you get up for the 56th. That's not just surviving, that's winning.
And let's wrap up with this final thought, because it says it all perfectly. A calm sea can never raise a good sailor. It's so true. We've seen that real comfort, real strength, doesn't come from a life with no storms. It comes from becoming a sailor who can handle any weather. So the goal isn't to pray for a calm sea. The goal is to become a better sailor. And that leaves just one question for you. What storm are you going to sail into next?